Good morning, students. Till now, we discussed the refrigeration, based on air refrigeration based on the reverse Carnot cycle, and we solved some worked examples. And also, I have given two homework problems to you. I hope you solved that. And in today's class, I'm going to discuss about the air refrigeration system working on Bell-Coleman cycle, or this is also called the reversed Brayton cycle or Joule cycle. In practical applications, air refrigerator working actually on Bell-Coleman cycle. And reversed Carnot cycle is a hypothetical cycle, which is an imaginary cycle. Practically, it cannot be used for real life applications. In Bell-Coleman cycle, the aircraft refrigeration systems, every air refrigeration systems working on Bell-Coleman cycle. Here I showed two diagrams. One is the open air refrigeration cycle, and another one is the closed or dense air refrigeration cycle. Already we discussed in the last classes what is meant by an open air refrigeration cycle and closed air refrigeration cycle. Coming to the open air refrigeration cycle, the working fluid in the system is continuously replaced, and fresh fluid every cycle, a fresh working fluid will be taken by the compressor. But in closed or dense air refrigeration cycle, the working fluid or refrigerant in the system is continuously recycled. That means the refrigerant which is not leaving the which does not leave the cycle, in which the cooling system occurs by the secondary refrigerant called brine solution. That secondary refrigerant brine solution is used for the refrigeration process, for the cooling process. That means in this closed system, the air is the primary refrigerant used as a primary refrigerant, and which is not directly involved in the cooling process. Dear students, in a Bell-Coleman air refrigeration machine was developed by the Bell-Coleman by reversing the Joule's air cycle. It was one of the earliest types of refrigerators used in ships carrying frozen meat. To carry the frozen meat, this cycle is used in olden days in the ships. These are the two schematic diagrams shown in bigger figures. It consists of four main components. Either it is open cycle or closed cycle, having the compressor, a cooler. This is the compressor. This is the cooler, air cooler, an expander. This is the expander to expansion for the expansion process, and a refrigerator. This is the refrigerator or heat exchanger to absorb the heat from the required space or required refrigerant, secondary refrigerant. Here, the working fluid is, after expansion, the air is sent to the refrigerator. For example, this refrigerator is assumed as a room to be cooled. The refrigerant which is directly sent to the room, and the air taken from the room again freshly. Here, the closed cycle, after expansion, the air is sent to the refrigerator, which is closed one, and the refrigerant which is passing through the refrigerator is again sent to the compressor. During this process, during this passing to the refrigerator, this cold air refrigerant will be sent to the will be absorbed the heat from the another source, that is the brine that is the brine solution. The heat absorbed from the brine solution, thereby the brine solution will be cooled. Again, the brine solution will be sent to the required space to be cooled. Dear students, here the refrigerant air is not leaving the cycle, but here the refrigerant which will be cycle in the refrigeration system will be leave the cycle, because every time the refrigerant which is expanded will be sent to the refrigerator, and the fresh refrigerant will be taken from the refrigerator and sent to the compressor. This is the open cycle, this is the closed cycle. Dear students, these are the two refrigerant Bell-Coleman cycles. One by one, we will look at the working of Bell-Coleman cycle. The Bell-Coleman cycle, also known as reversed Brayton or Joule cycle, is modification of reversed Carnot cycle. It is based on the reversed Carnot cycle. The cycle is shown on PV and TS diagrams. The four processes of the cycle are as follows. The Bell-Coleman cycle is also having the four processes as that of the reversed Carnot cycle. It is a modification of reversed Carnot cycle. But reversed Carnot cycle works between two temperature limits. Here the Bell-Coleman cycle works between two pressure limits. Here the PV diagram is 1 to 2 is the isentropic compression, 2 to is the constant pressure heat rejection, 3 to 4 is the isentropic again expansion process in the expander, and 4 to 1 is the constant pressure heat absorption in the refrigerator. This is the TS diagram, isentropic process, 1 to 2 is the vertical line, and 2 to is the constant pressure here, curved line, here the horizontal line, P2 equal to P3, and 3 to 4 is the vertical line again, it is isentropic expansion, and 4 to 1 is the constant pressure heat absorption in the refrigerator. It is a curved line on the TS and horizontal line on the PV diagram. It is a P1 equal to P4 constant pressure process. Here the heat absorption in the refrigerator, and 2 to 3 is the heat rejection in the cooler, air cooler. Okay, students, isentropic compression process 1 to 2. The cold air from the refrigerator, the air taken from the refrigerator is drawn into the compressor cylinder where it is compressed isentropically. 1 to 2 is the compression process in the compressor shown by the curve 1, 2. This is the 1, 2. During compression stroke, both the pressure and temperature increases. During this compression process, the pressure increases from P1 to P2 and temperature increases from T1 to T2. Specific volume will be decreases from V1 to V2. During compression process, volume will be decreases. We know that during isentropic compression process, there is no heat transfer across the system or across the process. There is no heat absorbed or rejected by the air during this process. Clear, students? Heat transfer is zero for isentropic process. Then second one, constant pressure cooling process. The warm air from the compressor is now passed into the cooler where it is cooled at a constant pressure P3 or equal to P2, reducing the temperature from T2 to T3. During this cooling process, the temperature will be reduced from T2 to T3, but pressure remains constant. During pressure remains constant, temperature is reduces, specific volume is also reduces from V2 to V3. Clear, students? During cooling process, specific volume decreases. T2 to T3 as shown by the curve 2, 3 on PV and TS diagram. The specific volume also reduces from V2 to V3. Whenever the temperature reduces, the specific volume reduces. We know that the heat rejected by the air during constant pressure per kg of air is taken as Q23. Q23 is the heat transfer or heat rejected during this process 23. Q23 is equal to, it is a constant pressure process. Directly we can take it as mCp delta T. mCp delta T per kg we are calculating, m is 1 kg, therefore Cp into T2 minus T3. Temperature reduced from 2 to 3, T2 minus T3 is the temperature change in temperature during that process into Cp, then we will get the heat transfer across that process per kg of air, Cp into T2 minus T3. Then isentropic expansion process. Next process is isentropic expansion process. During this process, the volume is increases from V3 to V4 and the pressure decreases again from P2 to P4, P3 to P4. During this expansion process, the temperature is also reduces from T3 to T4, shown by the 3-4 curve. We know that during isentropic expansion of air, no heat transfer is absorbed or rejected by the air. Again, during this process also, the heat transfer is zero. There is no heat transfer across the boundary of the systems. Then coming to the constant pressure expansion process, last process, constant pressure expansion process, 4 to 1, constant pressure P1 equal to P4. It is expansion process, sorry, heat absorption process, constant pressure heat absorption process. The cold air from the expander is now passed to the refrigerator. Whenever the air is expanded in the expander, the temperature will be reduced. The low temperature air will be passing through the refrigerator, where it is expanded at constant pressure P4 equal to P1. The temperature of air increases from T4 to T1. This process is shown by the curve 4-1 on the PV and TS diagram. Due to heat from the refrigerator, the specific volume of air changes from V4 to V1. Again, the specific volume increases from V4 to V1 by absorbing the heat from the refrigerator. We know that the heat absorbed by the air, heat extracted from the refrigerator during the constant pressure expansion per kg of air is Q41. Q41 is the heat absorption during this process per kg is equal to, again, this is the constant pressure process. We can take as Cp into change in temperature across the process, change in temperature during this process. Cp into T1 minus T4 is the heat transfer across the during that process per kg. This is the heat rejected during the process 2-3. This is the heat absorption during the process 4-1. This is the refrigeration effect produced by the system. This is the heat rejected to the atmosphere. Dear students, let us go for the COP for this system. We know that work done during the cycle per kg of air according to the first law, net work done is equal to net heat transfer for this cycle. Net work done is equal to heat rejected minus heat absorbed, net heat transfer. Heat rejected is Cp into T2 minus T3 minus heat absorbed is Cp into T1 minus T4, or already written in the previous slide. This is Cp into T2 minus T3 minus Cp into T1 minus 4 is the change in heat transfer. That is the change in heat, net change in heat, a net heat transfer. Therefore, coefficient of performance COP, as we know that COP definition is, it is the ratio of heat extracted in the refrigerator divided by work done, or work done on the system. Heat absorbed, that is the Q14. Q14 is the Cp into T1 minus T4 divided by work done, that is the work done during the cycle per kg equal to Cp into T2 minus T3 minus Cp into T1 minus T4 is the net work done on the system, or net heat transfer on the system to the or from the system. Therefore, from this equation, T1 minus T4 by T2 minus T3 minus T1 minus T4, Cp can be cancelled. And if we take the common T4 common from the numerator, then we will get the T1 by T4 minus 1 from the denominator. Here we are taking the T3 as a common in the from the first parameter. If we take the common T3, then we will get a here T2 by T3 minus 1 from the first parameter, minus if we take the T4 as a common from the second parameter, then we will get the T1 by T4 minus 1. When we take the common T4 here, the T4 becomes the denominator T1 by T4 minus 1. This is after simplification, after taking the common in the numerator and denominator, it is taken as equation 1. We know that for isentropic compression process 1, 2, from the basic equation from the thermodynamics, we already studied that the adiabatic rule is for the process, isentropic process or adiabatic process, ratio of temperatures T2 by T1 equal to P2 by P1 whole power gamma minus 1 by gamma. This is the adiabatic rule. Similarly, for isentropic expansion process 3,4, T3 by T4 equal to P3 by P4 whole power gamma minus 1 by gamma. These are the adiabatic rule for isentropic process. First one is the second equation, and third equation, equation 3. These two are the equations. By substituting these values into required first equation, wherever the T2 by T3, we can substitute the T1 by T4. How it is occurs? Since P2 equal to P3 and P1 equal to P4, here the equations P2 equal to P3 and P1 equal to P4, these two are equal on the right hand side. But if the right hand side equations are equal, then we can equate to left hand parameters T2 by T1 equal to T3 by T4. So T2 by T1 equal to T3 by T4, or T2 by T3 is equal to T1 by T4. We can rearrange this equation as like this: T2 by T3 equal to T1 by T4. Take it as fourth equation. Clear, students? Here in our equation, T2 by T3 is there. Wherever the T2 by T3, we can replace the T1 by T4. If we replace the T2 by T3 by T1 by T4, if we replace by T2 by T3 by T1 by T4, then T1 by T4 minus 1 in the numerator is there, T1 by T4 minus 1, T1 by T4 minus 1. We can take it as common in the denominator and cancel it. Then we will get only the equation is T4 is the numerator, and denominator we have T3 minus T4 only. The remaining parameter can be cancelled. So T4 by T3 minus T4 by substituting these values in the equation 1. Therefore, COP equal to T4 by T3 by T3 minus T4. Otherwise, if we take this into the denominator, 1 divided by T3 by T4, if we take this T4 as into the denominator, it will be taken as 1 divided by T3 minus T4 by T4. Dear students, like this we can write this equation. So T3 by T4 minus T4 by T4 is the 1. So 1 divided by T3 by T4 minus 1. We know that T3 by T4, how it write as, for it is isentropic process 3,4, P3 by P4 whole power gamma minus 1 by gamma minus 1. P3 by P4 can be write also P2 by P1, because P3 equal to P2 constant pressure process, P4 equal to P1. It is also constant pressure heat absorption process. So P2 by P1 or P3 by P4 is termed as a pressure ratio, RP. It is represented as RP. RP is the pressure ratio. P2 by P1 or P3 by P4, it is taken as pressure ratio RP. Therefore, COP of the Bell-Coleman cycle can be write as finally 1 divided by RP power gamma minus 1 by gamma minus 1. Gamma is the adiabatic index for the air. It is 1.4 for air. Clear, students? So sometimes the compression and expansion process take place according to the law of PV power N equal to constant. If the compression and expansion is not isentropic, it will be taken as a polytropic process. PV power n equal to a constant. N is the polytropic index. Small n is the polytropic index. In such cases, if the compression and expansion not isentropic, then it is taken as a polytropic. If it is polytropic, that is compression and expansions are polytropic, then we can write that COP equation. As we know that the work consumption by the compressor, we know that the work done by the compressor during the process 1-2 per kg of air is W1, n by n minus 1, P2 V2 minus P1 V1. This is the equation to calculate the work done on the compressor. It is already, we know that in the thermodynamics, we derived the work equation for the flow process. This is the work equation for flow process across the compressor. N by n minus 1, P2 V2 can be write as RT2. RT2, MR, actually PV equal to MRT. This is the small v, specific volume per kg. Therefore, we can write as RT2, M is the 1 kg. Minus P1 V1 can be write as RT1. Work done by the expander during the process 3-4 per kg of air. What is the work done by the expander during the process 3-4? We can take it as W2. It is also flow work across the turbine n by n minus 1. N is the polytropic index. If the expansion is polytropic process, n by n minus 1, P3 V3 minus P4 V4. From this n by n minus 1, P3 V3 can be write as RT3 minus P4 V4 can be write as RT4 per kg of air. So net work done during the cycle per kg of air. Net work done means W2 minus W1 or W1 minus W2, whatever it is. N by n minus 1 R into T2 minus T1 minus T3 minus T4. This is the W1 minus W2, not W2 minus W1. W1 minus W2, because W1 is more, work consumed by the compressor is more than the turbine. Therefore, net work given to the system is n by n minus 1, or can be common. T2 minus T1 is the work consumption change in temperature across the compressor, and T3 minus T4 is the change in temperature across the turbine or expander. We also know that the heat absorbed during the constant pressure process 4-1 Cp into T1 minus T4, it is already written in the previous slides. Therefore, COP is equal to heat absorbed by the refrigerator divided by net work done on the system or net work done on the cycle. That is equal to Cp into T1 minus T4 divided by the equation n by n minus 1 R into T2 minus T1 minus T3 minus T4 is the equation to calculate the net work done. Therefore, COP formula is taken as equation 6. We know that R is equal to Cp minus Cv. Cp minus Cv equal to R, or if we take the Cv common, Cp by Cv minus 1. Cp by Cv is the gamma, therefore gamma minus 1. Cv into gamma minus 1 is taken as R. Therefore, R can be replaced in this equation by Cv into gamma minus 1. Clear, students? COP equal to Cp into T1 minus T4 divided by n by n minus 1 into, in place of R, we can write as Cv into gamma minus 1. Cv into gamma minus 1, and the remaining equation is same, T2 minus T1 minus T3 minus T4. This is the COP if the compression and expansion are polytropic. That is equal to gamma into T1 minus T4. Where is the gamma? If we divide this equation, Cp is the numerator, Cv is in the denominator. Cp by Cv is the right as gamma. Gamma into T1 minus T4 divided by n by n minus 1, gamma minus 1 by gamma, and the remaining equation is same. So if we take this gamma into the denominator, we can write it as T1 minus T4 divided by n by n minus 1, gamma minus 1 by gamma, and T2 minus T3. It is by rearranging this equation, T2 minus T3 minus T1 minus T4. Minus T1 as it is, and minus of minus plus T4. Take it as 7th equation. Our COP equal to 1 divided by this total T1 minus T4 by T2 minus T3 minus T1 minus T4 already we written in the previous slide, that is It is already there, T1 minus T4 by T2 minus T3 minus T1 minus T4. Finally, we return that equation as 1 by Rp power gamma minus 1 by gamma minus 1. By replacing in place of temperature, this equation, by replacing T1 by T4 by T2 minus T3 minus T1 minus 4 divided by, in the place of that temperature, we can write it as Rp power n minus 1 by n minus 1. If that polytropic, gamma can be written as n minus 1 by n minus 1. Therefore, the remaining equation is 1 divided by n minus 1, gamma minus 1 by gamma, gamma minus 1 by gamma here, into Rp power n minus 1 by n minus 1 is the COP formula. Clear, students? Here, a small mistake, n by n minus 1 into gamma minus 1 by gamma. That is into gamma, not gamma by gamma minus 1. Is gamma minus 1 by gamma into Rp power n minus 1 by n minus 1. This is the COP of the Bell-Coleman cycle if the compression and expansions are polytropic. Let us check this is the equation correct or not. If gamma is equal to, if n equal to gamma, that is isentropic and polytropic are isentropic, compression and expansions are isentropic, then n replaced by the gamma, then it will be cancelled and remaining equation is same, 1 by Rp power n gamma minus 1 by gamma minus 1 is the final equation. This is the COP of the Bell-Coleman cycle if the compression and expansions are polytropic. Note, in this case, the values of T2 and T3 are to be obtained from the following relations. If the compression and expansions are polytropic, in this equation, T2 by T1 can be written as P2 by P1 whole power. In place of gamma, we should write n minus 1 by n, and T3 by T4 equal to P3 by P4 whole power n minus 1 by n. If the compression and expansions are polytropic, these two equations are considered. In place of gamma, we can write n. Okay, students, these are the COP equations for the Bell-Coleman cycle. If the isentropic process, compression and isentropic process, directly we can use this equation 1 by Rp power gamma minus 1 by gamma minus 1 as for COP calculation. If the compression and expansion are polytropic, COP equal to 1 by n minus 1 into gamma minus 1 by gamma into Rp power n minus 1 by n minus 1 is the equation used for calculating the COP of Bell-Coleman cycle. Dear students, these are the two equations in this class we detailed for the Bell-Coleman cycle, air refrigerator working on Bell-Coleman cycle. So Bell-Coleman cycle, how many processes? 4 processes and 4 components. Clear, students? Once again, go through this. You can understand the Bell-Coleman cycle. Let us go for the problem. Let us go for the first example in this Bell-Coleman cycle. Worked examples. In a refrigeration plant working on Bell-Coleman cycle, in which the air is compressed from 1 bar to 5 bars, the air is drawn from the cold chamber at 10 degrees centigrade, and the temperature of air is 20 degrees centigrade before expansion. Determine the COP and refrigeration effect per kg of air. In this problem, the refrigeration plant working on Bell-Coleman cycle shown by the PV and TS diagram here. PV-TS diagrams. Here, the given data is in which the air is compressed from 1 bar to 5 bar. The low pressure is P1 and high pressure is P2. It is 1 bar, it is a 5 bar. P1 is 1 bar, P2 is 5 bars. The air is drawn from the cold chamber. This after cold chamber, one place and the point state point 1 is the at exit of cold chamber. At exit of cold chamber, the air is drawn into the compressor. This is the temperature at exit of cold chamber is taken as 10 degrees centigrade. That is the 10 degrees centigrade T1, 283 kelvins. It is 283 kelvins. And the temperature of air is 20 degrees centigrade before expansion. Before expansion means expansions. Before expansion, there is a point 3, state point 3. State point 3 is the before expansion state point. That's the T3 is 20 degrees centigrade, 293 kelvins. Clear, students? T3 is taken as 20 degrees centigrade or 293 kelvins. We have to find the COP and refrigeration effect. Let us solve for the COP, coefficient of performance. Before going to calculate the COP of the cycle, we should know the temperatures at all the salient points, at all the state points, that is T1, T2, T3, T4. In the problem, we know that the T1 and T3 and the remaining two temperatures, T2 and T4, we should find. So to find the T2, this is the isentropic process, 1 to 2. For the isentropic process, we can use this equation T2 by T1 equal to P2 by P1 whole power gamma minus 1 by gamma. P2 by P1 is, P2 is 5 bars, P1 is 1 bar, therefore P2 by P1 is 5, ratio, pressure ratio, 5 whole power 0.4 by 1.4, gamma minus 1, gamma value 1.4, 1.4 minus 1 is the 0.4 divided by 1.4. Therefore, T2 equal to T1. T1 value is 283 in the data. 283 into 5 power 0.4 by 1.4. T2 equal to 448.22 kelvins. Similarly, we can use that equation for the process 3-4. T3 by T4 equal to P3 by P4 whole power gamma minus 1 by gamma. In the same way, P3 is equal to P2 value, that is 5 bars, and P4 is equal to P1, that is 1 bar. Therefore, again, 5 power 0.4 by 1.4, T3 by T4. Therefore, T4 is equal to, we should find here T4, we are going to find the T4 temperature at 0.4. T4 is equal to T3 divided by 5 power 0.4 by 1.4. T3 value is 293 in the data, 293 divided by 5 power 0.4 by 1.4. From this, we can get T4 as 184.99 kelvins. This is the lowest temperature in the cycle, T4. Okay, what is the COP now? COP value is 1 by, simply we can take it as in terms of temperature, COP of the Bill-Coleman cycle, T4 by T3 minus T4 or T1 by T2 minus T1. From this equation, we can use, this is the temperature. This is the basic equation. T4 by T3 minus T4 is the equation for COP. Otherwise, in terms of T1 by T4, T2 by T3 can be, if we substitute in terms of T2 by T1 or T3 by T4, we will get the equation T1 by T2 minus T1 here. That is the temperature across the turbine or temperature across the compressor. We can take the temperature values, then we will get the COP value. So COP equal to T4 by T3 minus T4, that is equal to T1 by T2 minus T1 is also can be right for the COP form. T1 by T2 minus T1 or T4 by T3 minus T4, both can be used across the compressor, across the turbine. Therefore, COP equal to 283 divided by 448.22 minus 283. If we use this formula T1 by T2 minus T1, then we will get the COP 1.7128. Okay, this is the COP of Bell-Coleman cycle. And second one, to calculate the refrigeration effect, as we know that refrigeration effect is the process 4-1. Refrigeration effect done across the 4-1 process. Refrigeration effect means the heat extraction process, heat extraction by the refrigerator from the required space. That process represents 4-1. So during this process 4-1, we can take it as heat equation Cp into T1 minus T4 per kg. Actually, MCP T1 minus T4, M is taken as 1 kg per kg. Then we can take it as Cp into T1 minus T4. Cp is 1.005 is the value for air, and 283 is the T1 minus T4 is 184.99. We calculated here T4 184.99. Then we will get the refrigeration effect equal to 98.5 kilojoules per kg. This means for every kg of air supplied to the cycle, that cycle absorbs 98.5 kilojoules of heat can be extracted from the required space. This is the cooling effect per kg. This is also called refrigeration effect. Clear, students? This is the Bell-Coleman cycle. About the Bell-Coleman cycle and one worked example. Let us close this class at this place, and I will discuss the remaining problems in the next class. Okay, students, bye. Have a nice day.